If you had known and gotten CryptoPunks back in 2017, you'd have easily had an NFT worth over 6 figures now. The problem is though, how do you find out about NFT projects early? With a lot of projects being released every day, it almost seems impossible for you to get into a project early before the hype actually starts. In this video, I'll be showing you simple and realistic ways on how to find NFT projects early. And make sure to stay until the end because method number 5 will be a very strategic way of finding projects that most people are seriously unaware of. And if it's a strategy that most people aren't doing, it increases the chances of you finding an early NFT project better. Now before we get started, I want to inform you of my experience with NFTs thus far. Because I'm only a single individual, it is practically impossible for me to find all early NFT projects by myself. For that reason, I highly recommend you joining an alpha group with less than 100 members like my own Patreon group. We provide first access to whitelist spots, NFT mint trackers and calendars, and strategies to help you get into solid NFT projects. You can chat directly with my team and myself and other fellow NFT enthusiasts. Right now might be a great time to join because we're giving away whitelists that may even pay for your subscription. You can sign up in the description below. Now let's get into the video. The first way to find NFT projects early is through Twitter. Prior to getting interested in NFTs, I have never been an active user of Twitter. However, the amount of insightful conversations and threads occurring on Twitter is incredible when it comes to the world of NFTs. Twitter has been an absolute goldmine when it comes to finding out about NFT projects early from my experience. When I first started using Twitter for NFT purposes back in December, I followed around about 50 influencers just to get my Twitter feed rolling. These influencers would often do whitelist spot giveaways with projects, and sometimes the projects were in their very early stages. Here are my tips when it comes to finding NFT projects early through Twitter. Number 1 is follow influencers whom you can look up to. New NFT projects tend to reach out to influencers with various audience sizes in order to bring exposure to their own NFT project. Number 2, see which influencers who you follow are following that NFT project that you're interested in. Whenever I find an early or new NFT project, a good rule of thumb that's a good sign is to see which of the people you follow are following that project. If a lot of the influencers you know are following that project early on, then that usually is a good sign for that project. Lastly, number 3, use TweetDeck. TweetDeck is a free interface that allows users to manage Twitter accounts. It's extremely useful to organize the feeds of people you follow. You can create lists and have multiple feeds open on your desktop screen like this. Now the second way to find NFT products early is through Discord alpha groups. Discord alpha groups are a fantastic way to get insight into early NFT projects. I recommend joining as many servers as you need to. However, I find it very difficult to stay active and up to date with more than 5 NFT servers. With that being said, I also recommend at most being active in 5 NFT servers or less. In reality, you can possibly only need just one solid Discord alpha group consisting of experienced and intelligent NFT enthusiasts. I'll be going over my favorite NFT alpha groups later in the video though, so stay tuned for that. There are 2 main channels that every NFT server tends to have where I get insight into early NFT projects. The first one is their NFT Alpha General channel, and this is a common place where people can simply talk about NFT projects. I've found that the smaller the group, the better. If the group consists of over 1,000 members, it tends to get cluttered with non-related NFT talk. But if the group has a handful of members and also reputable people talking in it, recall the influencers whom you follow on Twitter, then some alpha general channels can be a goldmine for early NFT projects. There have been many times where another community member in an NFT alpha general chat that I'm in has brought up an early NFT project that has done well. The second generic channel where I get insight into early NFT projects is the NFT calls channel. This channel is usually an announcement channel on Discord where a select few individuals make calls on upcoming NFT projects. Usually they give insight into what the pros and cons are of their project that they're making a call on. Sometimes they'll do a very thorough analysis on the entire project itself, which helps you give insight without having to do much research yourself at first. Here's a helpful tip when finding your Discord alpha group. Go through the history of their past calls and see how they performed. What I mean by this is that when a server makes an NFT call on an upcoming early project, see how that project performed over time since then. If there was steady growth, then it was a good call. If the project shows a steady decline, then the call could be interpreted as questionable. Now, my favorite NFT servers that I've joined that tend to drop alpha are Llamaverse and Whales Worldwide. I've been in both servers for over 2 months now, and the amount of knowledge I'm getting from being a community member is incredible. However, the buy-in is quite steep. So if you're looking to join a Discord server that's just starting, do check out my Patreon community group. We provide first access to whitelist spots and have a handful of experienced select individuals making calls on upcoming early NFT projects. You can check us out in the description below. Now, the third way to find NFT projects early is through YouTube. YouTube is an absolute goldmine when it comes to upcoming and early NFT projects. Many content creators usually create videos related to the topic of upcoming NFT projects. Content creators like Crypto Gorilla, Bento Boy, and NFTverse do an incredible job of bringing early upcoming NFT projects to the public. My channel is also consistently posting upcoming and early NFT projects, so if you're interested in that type of content, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Now, the fourth way to find NFT projects early is going to be a bit harder. The previous three methods that I've mentioned usually involve some sort of influencer to be involved in order to validate whether the project is worth looking into or not. But how do you find out about NFT projects even earlier? I mean really early, like less than 1,000 Discord members. The fourth way to find NFT projects early is to become an influencer. From running JC NFT, we constantly receive inbound collaboration requests of upcoming NFT projects that are in the very early stages. With that being said, it's up to my team and I to validate whether or not the project is quality or not based on information provided. This method is a bit trickier because making a call on a project is based on your own intuition and reasoning. I've got a video coming up real soon talking about how to do your own research when it comes to NFT projects, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell for when that video comes out. Now, the last and final way to find NFT projects early is a method that I'm sure most of you aren't aware of. Let me give you some background. Some NFT projects are extremely small, making it very difficult to find out about. Some NFT projects don't want that large following, so they choose to opt out of collaboration with other influencers. With that being said, these NFT projects tend to grow an organic community following through their innate marketing methods. How do you find out about an NFT project that doesn't collaborate with influencers or other NFT projects? Here's how. First, go to ultrasound.money. Change the time frame to 1 day and scroll down to where it says burn leaderboard. Look at the projects that are currently burning Ethereum right now. The cool thing is that ultrasound.money categorizes the project based on whether it's a DeFi project or an NFT project. Here is where you can find NFT projects that are currently having some activity on them. Click on the project and then learn more information about it, and then Google the project to learn more about it as well. Again, this method works extremely well for projects that choose not to collaborate with a lot of influencers. They can't hide the fact that they're burning Ethereum, and ultrasound.money is a great place to find these types of projects early. So there you have it, 5 different ways to find about NFT projects early. When it comes to finding NFT projects early, the overall summary action you need to be doing is consuming NFT content daily. And trust me, this is gonna take some time, especially if you're working constantly at your job or studying at school. I've found that here are my 3 best places throughout the day to consume NFT content daily. The first place is a place I like to call Toilet University. When I'm on the toilet, I am constantly checking Discord and Twitter or watching a YouTube video on upcoming or early NFT projects. The second place is Gym University. When I'm running on the treadmill, biking, or doing the elliptical, I'm able to consume about 30 minutes of NFT content. Honestly, tying the fact that going to the gym allows me to consume NFT content has actually improved my gym attendance overall. Now, the third place is what I like to call Bed University. For about 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes before I go to sleep at night, I also read NFT content, whether it's on Discord, Twitter, or watching a YouTube video. The good thing about reading and learning before bedtime is that the information tends to stick in my head right before I sleep, since my brain is allowed to process all the information that I just learned. So if you're thinking you don't have time to consume all of the NFT content daily, trust me, you can. You can consume NFT content while doing a multitude of your daily activities, and it will be worth it. All you need is one home run project to buy into to possibly change your life. Just imagine if you had bought at least one Bored Ape or one CryptoPunk back when it was first released. You'd easily have an NFT worth hundreds of thousands of dollars now. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, and if you want to be part of our alpha group, check it out in the description below as well. I'd love to link up with you all. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.